If you had to guess how many stuffed animals I've made just since January, what would you guess? I actually went back and counted them just since January of this year. 107, which is crazy. But that also means I have used roughly 321 pom-pom balls, give or take a few. So I decided to do this. Don't want to hear about it. These ones especially, I mean, come on. Something that I've learned about myself while doing videos for this channel and also just trying to be more productive in general is that I am the sort of person who needs options. Unfortunately, what that also means is at some point I'm going to have to organize all of these. But that is next week me's problem. This week me just wants to look at all the art supplies and make something. I don't know if I've mentioned these specifically in a video before, but these little craft noses are probably one of my favorite finds this year. They're so plain, but they just really pull the face together. I don't know what. However, the fasteners that they come with are the devil. I have dislocated a finger trying to attach these, so goodbye. Luckily for me, I am a craft supply hoarder, and the 8mm eye fasteners work fine for these. So I just use those. One of the new art supplies that I am very excited about is these. They're flocked. Also bought some flocked noses in a couple different colors and sizes. These are the small ones compared to the noses I normally use. And then these are the large ones. Haven't actually gotten around to using these yet. So, I'm actually almost completely out of this tie-dye Sherpa fabric. But I found a jacket made out of the same stuff on Amazon, so I guess technically I'm not out. I think these eyes would look cool with the little flocked hearts. I also feel like with the colors, this is gonna look like a super 80s toy, which I'm here for. Just need some of that really crappy polyester hair I can glue to the top.
I don't get it.
This looks oddly familiar. I don't know why. I feel like somewhere there's a bear from like 1983 that looks mostly like this. Probably from a carnival and he's cockeyed, but it's okay. That's his business. This time I think I'm gonna go for some felt eyes, but I'm gonna poke a hole and put the little flocked heart through there and make that the pupil. Actually, I really like it. Hear me out real quick. More pastel hearts. I think he needs eyebrows though. There's something about this overdose of pastels that is so gross, but in a good way. Next one. Actually meant to make this one last week and I just completely forgot. But I really wanted to use these little star brads because I think they're really cool. And if you're wondering where the tail is coming from in half of these shots, it's him. He's helpful. I think he might be my favorite that I've made so far, and now I kind of just want to make a full stuffed animal with the little star brads. So I might do that later. To be honest, this one is really just an excuse to use these teal pom-poms because I like them. When I saw these online, they looked like they were a little bit different from what I had, but I don't have any of these colors. So I'm really excited to go through all the bags of pom-poms that I just bought and see what colors I actually have. I don't look forward to organizing them by color, but I look forward to looking at them. I bought these 24mm eyes thinking that they would be the same as the ones that I really like. Be that as it may, I'm still gonna use these. Okay, so I'll admit this purchase really didn't make a ton of sense. They're a safety eye, but they have a well in the middle. I thought I could put some glue in it and attach a pom-pom ball, and then it would be like more stable than just sewing it on somehow. I don't know if that's true at all. I believe this is finally the last of that weird blue fabric that I had. There's nothing wrong with it, really, other than it's too stretchy and it sucks to try and hand sew it. Okay, so far so good. You know, I was gonna give him a mouth, but I think it's funnier that he just has no discernible feelings.
What's your profanity?
All right, withhold your judgment if you can on these very large, very plain eyeballs. Because what I plan to do with these is pretty much how I used to make eyeballs a couple years ago. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the little plastic eyeball, fire up the glue gun because you need the glue gun. I'm gonna take some white or yellow Antron fleece, I've used both before, depending on the project, and just cover the plastic eyeball in the Antron fleece. So for the pupils, I used to use these little glass cabochons to stick to the Antron fleece. The problem with that is sometimes they fall off. And then the other option, which I feel like is the best option, is to just draw the pupil on with some puff paint. But I think what I want to do with these is make something slightly larger because I haven't really made a big stuffed animal in a while. So here's what's going on so far. We've got all of this tie-dye fabric. Oops, some lint. And I'm trying to figure out what color I want to use for the cheeks. I've done multicolored ones before and I thought about it. Ultimately, I decided on just the solid pink because they stand out a little bit better. But I felt like he needed some eyebrows because I wasn't going to give him a mouth. I have a plan and it doesn't include one, so. And then I'm just going to cut down the tie-dye fabric a bit so I have some extra to make some arms. And then once I figured out which part of the fabric I wanted to be the front, I just started clamping down the eyeballs and sewing on the pom-poms. Now he needs some arms and legs. Just gonna do the standard floppy arms and legs because I don't really know what else to do. I don't know if you could tell in the earlier clips, but what I've done is I've turned the middle of the fabric into his face so that the seam will be on the back and centered. Mostly because this is a very big project and I did not want to have to sit here and hand sew 2 side seams. Work smarter, not harder. But because I did that, I have to cut some armholes, which is what I'm pointing at right now. And then I'm just gonna position the arms and stitch those into place. All right. Now that his arms and all of his little seams are stitched up, let's stuff him. And the chunky boy is done. I did go back and add some more puff paint to his pupils because I feel like when they dried the first time, the puff paint recessed a lot and it just didn't look right, so I added some more. Honestly, I thought about not doing this one this week until I realized I had a 6-inch embroidery hoop and then I was like, yeah, we're doing it. So it's pretty much the little 3-inch one we did a couple minutes ago, but larger. Something I've noticed when I've had to rewatch myself sew something, it doesn't feel nearly as struggle bus when I'm doing it as it looks in the video. So I'm just letting you know everything's fine, despite what you're seeing right now. Why did it take so long to stab through the fabric? I just don't. Now that I know you can use brads in stuffed animals and they'll actually stay on, it kind of just makes me want to buy some more and just do more stuff like this. It also kind of makes me want to buy a bedazzler, which I don't think is a good turning point for me right now. I don't think it's time to buy a bedazzler just yet. I think we can wait a couple years, but I have no doubt that a bedazzler is inevitable. Ears. He needs them. And there he is, the slightly larger version of the one we already made. I hope you guys had fun with this one. I had a lot of fun filming this one, actually. Next week is gonna be interesting, because now I have to figure out how to organize everything. But like usual, everything that we made today is going to be listed in the shop as soon as this video goes live. So those should already be there. And hopefully I restocked all of the stickers that I sold out of because first of all, thank you, but there were a lot. So I'm trying to make sure everything is in stock. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing and I will see you next time.